So you just mush it around until it's been done long enough.
Wow, so we've just had the most incredible experience. We were swimming, I don't know for how long we've been out there for.
Now that we are all checked in, I'm off on a little bit of a mission to go find an ATM and also to rent a motorbike somewhere.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our channel. We are Hannah and Jonny, two travellers on an endless adventure. In 2017, we started finding our adventure to travel full time. Since then, we've lived in a camper van with our cats, learnt to surf, and even moved to Cornwall. Hit the subscribe button to join us each week for a new episode of Finding Our Adventure, as we search for adventures big and small. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Finding Our Adventure. This is part 2 of our Amed series, and today we have just checked into Coral Bay Villas and we're really excited to show you around. We're just going to give you a quick room tour, so follow me. So our room is a little bit higher up, so we had to come up to some steps to get into our room. We've got a wardrobe space here that's got a tea and coffee kettle just in there. We've got a lovely 4-poster bed, and it's got a mini fridge just next to it. Opposite the bed we've got space for our luggage, and we've also got a lovely dresser to get ready in the morning. And with most places that we have booked during our stay here in Bali, we've made sure that we've got aircon, which is a massive tick, and this room's got aircon, which is brilliant. And then just through this way is the bathroom. Just outside the bathroom we have got a sink just behind me, and then through here is the huge bathroom, which is pretty basic, but basically just got a shower there, and then the toilet is just hidden around behind here. We've also got a ceiling fan to keep us extra cool, and nets if we want to make sure that we don't get bitten by mosquitoes, which I have been bitten a few times. And then we come out onto our very own private terrace with incredible sea views.
Now that we are all checked in, I'm off on a little bit of a mission to go find an ATM and also to rent a motorbike somewhere. What I really like about Amed so far is it definitely feels a little bit like Uluwatu back in 2017 when we were last in Bali. It's a lot quieter, there's a lot less construction taking place, it's got more of that local feel, and what we've really enjoyed, especially in last week's episode, and what we'll probably experience this week's episode as well, is that the locals are a lot more chatty here. Not that they're not chatty in Uluwatu and stuff, but I guess because the tourism is so, there's so much tourism there now at the moment that it's just one of those things, it becomes a lot less more of a local experience, whereas here everybody's really happy to talk to you, and we have had some really good conversations and met loads of really nice people. So we're really hoping that continues, and especially in the next few weeks when we go and explore some quieter places, although our next episode is going to be a busy episode, but after that we're going to go to some more local places. I've managed to find a scooter before I got to the ATM, and I've got it for the next 2 days, which is really good. Really good price as well, 70,000 per day, which is really nice. And it is the famous Scoopy that is found all over Bali here. They're super easy to ride, and it's really nice getting on one of these as well. So this is what I've got. I've got a helmet in there for Hannah, and I've got my helmet there, so I'm going to head to the ATM now and go get some cash. Mission successful. I managed to find a working ATM, and I also managed to get some laundry detergent because we desperately needed to go do a clothes wash. I've also got some shampoo for Hannah because we were running out of that. And I managed to get some snacks, including some root beer, which I found, which is going to be really nice. So I'm going to head back to where we're staying now. Probably just going to chill out for a little while, and then we'll head out exploring later. We've just driven about 5 minutes down the road to this beach here, where there is supposed to be an underwater temple which you can snorkel to. And I think it's just over there where there's a few people snorkeling now. So we're going to head out there now and see what it's like. And then I think we're going to go try and find somewhere for lunch.
We've just had an amazing time snorkeling and we've come to Blue Earth Village for some food. We have ordered some pizza, so I've gone for like the tropical pizza which has got pineapple and ham and dates, and Johnny's gone for the spicy agung pizza. And I've also got fresh lime juice which is very nice and refreshing. And we've got an incredible view of the ocean and also of Mount Agung.
So in 2017, when we last came to Bali, we actually got delayed in Dubai because Mount Agung, the volcano we could see at lunch, was starting to erupt and it was starting to emit some ash into the air, and they were thinking it was going to be quite a big eruption, but it didn't really do that much in the end. So we made it a few days later, which was really good, and it actually made Bali quite quiet, and everybody was quite desperate for tourists to come back a little bit. But obviously Bali's so much more busy than it was in 2017. But I was just looking online, and it says that Mount Agung has only in the last few months been lowered from the highest level of danger down to level 3 from level 4. So it's not an imminent threat anymore, but it was quite a high risk of it erupting again this year, which is quite crazy to think how active this volcano is. And it's only just a few miles behind our villa just here. So I think at dinner time I'm going to get the drone up and have a little fly around and see if we can see it. And the sun sets right behind it, so it should be pretty beautiful. I'm actually going to do some laundry now as well. We haven't done any laundry since we've been here. We've been here for a couple of weeks already, and we've run out of underwear basically and things like that. So I've just been to the shop. Well, I went to the shop earlier and I bought some detergent then, or what I thought was detergent, and I've just come to do the laundry. And it turns out I brought floor detergent, so obviously you don't want to put that on our clothing. So I've just run back to the shop on the bike. And the guy was like, yeah, this is for floors. And I was like, yeah, I'm aware of that. So I've just changed it with them for some clothes to laundry. And we're actually doing a bit of a old travel hack that we used to do when we were traveling around Southeast Asia in 2017. So we've got a dry sack here. And what we do is we fill it with water. So this dry sack is now completely full of water with our clothes in it. And then we put the detergent in there and we tie it all together. And we just basically rub it all together and it should clean them, and then we'll rinse it with clean water. And the cool thing is you can actually buy dry sacks that have like little lumps on the inside, and it's supposed to be like a better way of cleaning your clothing, but we found this worked pretty well and we didn't need to spend the extra money to get one of those special dry sacks. So you just mush it around until it's been done long enough. Funny thing is, when we used to do this when we were backpacking, I think we only did it for a couple of months, and then we just started taking our underwear and stuff in the shower with us, and like our shirts and stuff, and just scrubbing them in the shower and then hanging them up, and then we're making sure we had like next day's clothes clean. Because I remember, like, depending on where you're staying, hanging this much laundry up is a bit of a nightmare. But we've got a nice big balcony out here with a clothes dryer, so that's why we're doing this now. Yeah, this view is pretty special, right? Pretty cool place. And it's so warm today that this will dry in 5 minutes. Laundry is done, and we just need to wait for the Bali sun to work its magic now, and then we'll have fresh underwear. So the place we're staying here is a little bit more budget than where we were in last week's episode, and it's just little things, for example, like the sliding doors onto our balcony. When we close them, on the one edge there's like a big gap like this, and so it means the air conditioning has to work really hard. So last night it was really hot, and eventually it started to cool down, but we were both struggling to get to sleep a little bit. And it was funny because I was thinking last night about the last time we were in Southeast Asia, like 7 years ago, and how we didn't have that many rooms for air conditioning and stuff, and we just managed to deal with it and get on with it. Whereas this time, because we've been so used to air conditioning, the first night we've not had great air conditioning. We've both been like really hot. So it's just funny, but eventually the air conditioning cooled the room down with the curtains closed and covering the gap a bit, and we had a pretty decent night's sleep, and we just come down here for breakfast. Today's mission, as it's our last day in Amed, is to try find some sea turtles. We haven't had any luck so far, but yesterday when I was snorkeling off the temple, I did see what's the triggerfish?
Yeah.
A big triggerfish. It's called a Titan triggerfish because we slowed down the footage last night and we're looking at it, and we identified it as a Titan triggerfish. And triggerfish are really interesting because they can be quite big, and they've got like big teeth and big lips, and they look really interesting. And we have watched like an episode of Planet Earth, I think it is, where they show the triggerfish and they basically munch on the coral. And so like they can be quite dangerous. They can attack humans and stuff sometimes if you get in their territory and get towards them. So I was swimming off the reef, and it's where it drops off into the deeper blue. And there was this thing coming out of the water, and I could see it was a big fish, so I swam towards it, and eventually we managed to identify it as a triggerfish. That was exciting to see. But as I said, today's mission is to try and find turtles.
We are enjoying a very lovely breakfast this morning, and we've both gone for pancakes, and we've got a mixed juice. I've also got a ginger tea, which I'm sure will wake me up, and Johnny's got a hot chocolate, and we've also got some fruit salad. But yeah, really hoping that we get to see some turtles today, and it's going to be our last full day exploring Amed. So we're probably going to go and see maybe a few other beaches and walk around the town, and yeah, excited to get out and explore today. And I'm going to be sad leaving this place because it really is something special.
We've just made it down to Amed Beach, which is also known as Turtle Point, and it's supposedly the best place to see turtles here in Amed. So we've got high expectations. We've come down pretty early as well. They said before 10 a.m, which it is at the moment, and there's very few people here. So we're going to go do our best and see what we can find.
Wow, so we've just had the most incredible experience. We were swimming, I don't know how long we've been out there for, but the current, we swam up against the current, it's quite strong. Saw loads of blue starfish, we saw a triggerfish and pufferfish, I think, not 100% sure. And loads and loads of other fish, really beautiful corals. And we were swimming for ages and we thought, oh, we're not going to see a turtle. And then we let the current just take us down to where we were just a minute ago, and Johnny spotted a turtle, and it was right on the bottom of the corals just eating, with lots of other fish around it. And then we were waiting really patiently because they have to come up for air. So we were waiting, and then eventually it came up for air, and then it went back down again, and it was super chilled. We thought it was going to swim away, but it was just letting us watch it at a good distance. So yeah, ticked off the turtles for the day. So we have just stopped at Ibis Beach, which is a beautiful beach. It's got like white sand and black sand basically mixing together, and then the white sand creates this beautiful turquoise colour just behind me, and then you've got a few palm trees right at the end. But it's so quiet here. Got a few fishing boats along this beach, but it's just really quiet. And we walked down the Stairway to Heaven stairs. They've got a really nice restaurant and also some really beautiful villas within some beautiful gardens, and it's just a really nice quiet spot, away quite a bit away from the main Amed strip, as it were. But yeah, really nice beach, would definitely recommend it. And what I love about the black sand here as well is it's got these tiny little sparkles when the sun comes out. So after having a bit of exploring this morning and seeing the turtles, we've decided to come and celebrate by getting some nice fresh juices. So I've got a mango smoothie and also an almond croissant, and Johnny's got a chocolate milkshake. And I forgot to mention when we've come to, it's called Coffee de Timor, and they do like coffee and lots of other pastries, fresh juices, sandwiches, and it's a really nice little spot. There's not really anyone else here, but it had really good reviews, and from what I've had so far, I can also definitely recommend it.
We have just come into the main street here in Amed, and this is where lots of the restaurants are, lots of the shops, and we're just going to have a little wander and explore and show you guys what it's like here.
We've just come back from exploring, and it's really nice to come back to the pool, especially as it's so hot. It's a great place to cool down, and we've also got a view of the beach just opposite the pool, so it's just really nice and relaxing. And this evening we're going to have our last night in Amed, so we've got to go find somewhere really good for food and hopefully watch the sunset too. We've just driven down the road not far from where we're staying, and we've come to See You Again Cafe for sunset, and the views are incredible. You can see Mount Agung in the background just there, and we've got a view of the beach, and it's a really nice sunset at the moment. It's gone really nice and glowy. There's a few people swimming, and we're going to order some food and drinks and make the most of our last night here.
Good morning everybody. We are leaving Amed this morning. We are heading to a new destination, but you'll have to check out our video next week to see where we go to. We're just waiting for our shuttle bus to come and pick us up from where we've been staying, and we've got a long drive ahead of us today. So we're just waiting in the shade with our bags. And we've absolutely loved our time in Amed. It's been amazing. The snorkelling has been incredible. The highlight was getting to see the turtle yesterday, which was just the perfect ending to this part of the trip. And yeah, we're excited to get on this bus and just chill for a few hours before we get to our new destination. So don't forget to give us a like and a comment of your favourite part of this episode. And as always, subscribe to support the channel, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hello.
Where are you going? To Kuta.
Kuta.